There were places on Earth that seemed never meant for life. Places where mountains rose like frozen.
Here, the wind did not simply pass through stone. It carried the memory of thousands of winters. Between these cliffs, entire walls of ice hang in the air, suspended like frozen rivers that Oshriklist. But even in a kingdom of ice, nothing stays completely still. From these hanging walls of ice, water begins its journey downward, carving a path through stone, snow, and silence. And beneath this frozen silence, a hidden world is waiting. A world where every drop of water can dismix. But even in the kingdom of cold, change begins in silence. As the sun rises beyond sits. At first, it is almost nothing. A single drop, trembling at the edge of the ice. Then it falls. One small sound in a world of stone and silence. And with it, the long crystal soarer. One drop becomes another, then many. Across the ancient wall, the silent water searches for the smallest path. Through black stone, through moss, through melting snow. From the silence of winter, the first flow is born. Drop by drop, the ancient ice becomes Shoop's tooth. From those tiny drops, a hidden lifeline begins to open. Water moves where nothing else is beneath thin ice, under a surface that still appears frozen, but inside, the mountain is already moving. Where the streams meet, they fall. Not yet a river, not yet a flood, but enough to carve sounds. It passes through moss, slips beneath snow, and returns to the light again. Each small channel.
At the foot of the cliff, the streams become a mirror. In this clear water, the entire frozen kingdom appears.
Every glacier stream begins with a crack, a ray of sunlight, a single moment of melting. And then, in a place that seems too steep for life, the first survivor appears. Behind her, a smaller life follows. Still unsteady, still learning the mounters. On walls that seem almost vertical, they move as if gravity has forgotten them. Each crack of melting ice leaves behind more than water. On the wet stone, minerals gather. Above them, another master of this frozen world searches the wind. The golden eagle does not walk these. Life here is never careless. Even beside water, every small creature listens to the sky. But water does not bring life to one creature alone. Where the thirsty gather, hunters also learn to wait. At the foot of the giant ice walls, a smaller world begins to move. Moss holds to the stone, and Cluntonix. Here, life does not arrive loudly. It begins with the smallest movements, a lepisis. Where water touches the moss, food appears. And where food appears, the first eggs. For the small creatures of this valley, the melting stream is more than water. It is a promise that promise of life also calls those who hunt. In the quiet beside the stream, patience becomes a weapon. Here, everything is connected by water tools. Moss, stone, flower, bird, prey. But where life gathers, challenge follows. The water wakes the plants call the grazers. In this valley, there is no unnecessary cruelty. There is only hunger, patience, and the old law. Above the valley, another hunter rides the wind. On the ground below, every shadow matters. For the hare, survival is measured in less than a heartbeat. A sound, a shadow, a stone moving, then instinct takes over. The hunter moves, the prey answers, and the quiet valley becomes motion. The mountain does not tell us every ending. It only shows the rule. To live here is to move, to listen, but every flow of meltwater carries a question within it. The ice gives life, yet the ice is also disappearing. The walls that held winter for thousands of seasons now reveal new lines. A crack is small. What falls is small. But the sound travels through the valley like a warning.
For the creatures here, change is not a distant idea. It is the sound above them, the water. The same water that feeds the valley can also change it. It loosens snow, exposes stone. They do not resist the mountain. They read it. They climb higher, move sooner, and follow.
But beneath that cold silence, water still moves. And where water moves,
Creatures still find shelter. Wings still cross the sky. Small lives still vanish into the grass and